Look, Disney World's already one of the most expensive vacations your family can take. The last thing you need to do is add hundreds or even thousands of dollars that won't make your trip any better. I'm Don B from Eat Sleep Disney, and after decades of visiting Disney World, we know what's worth spending money on and what you can skip. So we're sharing the 13 dumbest things people waste money on. Some are going to surprise you, a couple might sting, but every single one of them is going to save you real money on your next trip. Regardless of when you go to Disney World, odds are it's going to be hot, and you're going to want to stay hydrated. But we don't recommend that you pay $5 plus every time you're thirsty for a bottle of water at Disney World. At that rate, a family of 4 can easily go through $50 or more per day in bottled water. Many first-timers don't know that you can get completely free water throughout Disney parks. You can go to any quick service restaurant that has a soda fountain and ask for free cups of ice water. Very hot days, they actually just leave them there. Also, there are water refill stations scattered throughout the parks. They're usually near quick service restaurants or restrooms. So instead of buying water, bring a reusable water bottle and refill it whenever you're at quick service restaurants or you see a water refill station. And if you're not sure where they are, you can find water refill stations using the My Disney Experience app. And sure, half the fun of going to Disney World is enjoying some of the dining. A Dole Whip for a special treat, a Mickey pretzel to share, or my personal favorite, buckets of popcorn. But you don't need to be buying all your food from Disney. Disney allows you to bring outside food, just no alcohol and no glass containers. So you can walk into the parks with snacks like crackers, trail mix, granola bars, protein bars. That way you're not scrambling to find something when your kid gets hangry at 3 p.m. And you can save those Disney snacks for a special treat or when you truly want one. And another insider tip, the snacks at Disney, they're quite large, so consider sharing them. Picture this, 9 p.m., the fireworks are about to start, and then every other child on Main Street has a glowing, light-up, spinning whatever. And suddenly you're handing over $25 for a piece of plastic that might not even make it through the night. And then there are bubble wands. Oh, but all those items, they're junk. And they're certainly not worth wasting your money on. So before your trip, spend 20 minutes on Amazon or walk into a Five Below or Dollar Tree. Grab glow sticks, light up wands, and you have to, bubble toys, all available for a fraction of the price. Pack them in your bag, pull them out during the fireworks, your kids get the same exact experience, and you just saved yourself like $50. And then there's one of Disney's most popular ticket upgrades, the Park Hopper. For an extra $65 to $85 per ticket, you can visit more than one park per day. While it sounds great in theory, in practice, most families never park hop. It's money down the drain. If you're visiting Disney World, especially if this is your first visit, one park per day is plenty. Magic Kingdom alone has over 40 attractions. It can easily fill 2 days, never mind 1 day. Epcot has never had more to offer than it does right now in 2026. Plus, depending on what time of year you visit, there could be an Epcot festival, which adds even more things to do at the park. The same goes for Hollywood Studios, with some of the most immersive lands, including Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and Toy Story Land, plus new entertainment and updates to popular rides like Rock and Roller Coaster, now featuring the Muppets, and the nighttime spectacular Fantasmic. And even Animal Kingdom is absolutely a full day if you do it right. Flight of Passage is one of the best rides in all of Disney World. There's the Kilimanjaro Safari, several walking trails, and shows. And if you're visiting with little kids, there's a new Bluey and Bingo experience at Conservation Station, which you can't miss either. Plus, the early start most people do at Animal Kingdom, you're going to be exhausted. You're not hopping anywhere. And even if you've been before, Disney's added enough new content across every park in the last couple of years that you could spend a full day at each and still not see everything. For a family of 4, the Park Hopper can add $200 to $300 plus. That's an extra park day. Believe us, you can find way better uses for that money. At Disney Resorts, you can pay extra for a preferred room that puts you closer to the main pool and food court. Now, if you're staying at a value resort, that could be anywhere from $25 to $40 per night. Moderate resorts could be even more. So on a 6-night stay, that's $200 to $300 more just for your lodging. What many first-time guests don't realize is that a preferred room is the same exact accommodations as a standard room at a resort. There's no newer amenities, no nicer toiletries, the room's not any bigger. It's just in a different location. But here's the thing. You're at Disney World. You leave first thing in the morning. You come back at the end of the night. You sleep. The distance between a standard room and a preferred room can be a 3 to 5 minute walk, depending on the resort. So instead of upgrading to a preferred room, take that extra money, consider upgrading your resort. Pop Century and Art of Animation, both already on the Skyliner. That's not a room upgrade, that's a transportation upgrade that saves you real time. Now, if you're starting to feel a little overwhelmed, we completely understand. Planning a Disney World trip, especially if it's your first one in 2026, can be stressful. That's why we want to make you a special offer. We want to give you a completely free copy of our Ultimate Disney World Planning Guide, just updated for 2026, that covers everything we wish we knew before our first trip to Disney World. It will take you from booking to park entry. It also includes packing guides, preparation checklists, and a budget worksheet to help ensure you stay one step ahead of everyone else in the parks. So scan the QR code on screen or use our exclusive link down in the description and download your completely free copy right now. Minivans are Disney's premium rideshare service. Those iconic red polka dot vehicles driven by cast members that take you between resorts, parks, and the airport. You can conveniently book them through the Lyft app, but you will be paying a significant premium to use the service. Minivans can often be twice as much, if not more, than a standard Uber or Lyft ride. Now, there are situations where a minivan might make sense. Larger families who can't fit in a standard rideshare. Guests with mobility needs or strollers and equipment that make Disney transportation complicated. With a minivan, you know exactly the type of vehicle you're getting and the seating arrangements. And there are often built-in car seats for those with little kids. Plus, minivans often have preferred drop-off location. But if you're a family of 3 or 4 using minivans to get around, you're paying way more for a ride than you really need to. Of course, there's the free transportation, the Skyliner, the monorail, Disney's bus system, or boats, depending where you're staying. But requesting a minivan probably isn't worth the cost. Now, character dining can be genuinely magical for the right family at the right time. If you have a 4-year-old who is completely obsessed with Mickey and Minnie Mouse, and you sit down for breakfast with the characters, that memory could be worth every penny. But here's what a lot of families don't know going in. The actual character interactions at most character dining experiences is short. The character walks over to your table, poses for a photo, maybe gives your child a hug, signs an autograph, and then moves on to the next table. At most restaurants, that's like 60 to 90 seconds per character, and then they're gone. At Chef Mickey, you're paying $50 to $70 per adult and around $40 per child for a buffet that's perfectly fine, but not exceptional. For a family of 4, that's over $200 that could be spent on, well, a better meal. If your kids are passionate about meeting specific characters, character dining can be the real highlight. But keep in mind there are plenty of free character meet and greets in the parks. So if you know your child will be happy meeting essentially any Disney character, skip Cinderella's royal table and head over to the Princess Fairy Tale Hall and watch your kid light up. Memory Maker is Disney's photo package that costs around $200, and it gives you unlimited digital downloads of every photo pass taken during your trip. Ride photos, character meet and greets, and anything a Disney photographer snaps of your family. Here's the honest math. A digital download costs around $18, so you need about 10 to 11 digital downloads to break even. Now, if you're at Disney for 5+ days, you actively seek out photographers, do several meet and greets, then you might break even. But for most families, the photos taken on your own will be more than sufficient and they don't cost anything. Plus, most guests don't realize that you can ask the photographers to snap some photos with your phone. They almost always say yes. They'll take a couple with their camera first, then a few on your phone. So you get the same perspective and angle without the $18 upcharge. Deluxe Resorts at Disney World are genuinely incredible. The locations, the theming, the dining, the extended evening hours. If you're at the right resort for the right trip, Deluxe Stay elevates the entire vacation. But opting for a Deluxe Resort for the wrong trip or the wrong family could be one of the most expensive Disney World mistakes you can make. Standard Deluxe rooms start around $400 to $600 per night. can hit 800 plus in peak season. For a 7-night family trip, that can be between $4,000 to $6,000 on your hotel before you've even bought a single ticket. If you're a family spending every hour from rope drop to park close in the parks, your resort is essentially a place to sleep. You're paying deluxe prices for a bed you fall into at midnight. Deluxe Resorts make sense for shorter trips where location actually saves you meaningful time. Maybe a special event, maybe couples celebrating an anniversary or a special occasion, or families who generally plan to use the resort amenities as part of their vacation experience. But before picking a deluxe resort because you're told you're supposed to, or because your neighbor said that's where they stay, be honest with yourself. Look at your budget and how your family likes to vacation. Picking which resort to stay at is one of the biggest decisions you'll make when planning your Walt Disney World trip. So don't go it alone. Regardless of the number of times we visited Disney World, we always book with an authorized Disney vacation planner. Now, Heidi and I are not travel advisors, so that's why we partner with Mouse Fan Travel. We love working with our personal travel consultant Blair, reviews all the options, and ensures we get the best available price and that we take advantage of any perks or promotions. Best part, their services are completely free. So you're getting essentially Disney World planning advice for nothing. So scan the QR code on screen or click our exclusive link down in the description to get your free, no obligation quote and start planning your next great Disney adventure. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party are two of Disney's most aggressively marketed special events. Prices run anywhere from $150 to $200 plus per ticket, depending on the date. For a family of 4, that can be anywhere from $600 to close to $900 extra added to your trip. Now, we want to be fair. If you are a Disney superfan who's going specifically for the exclusive content, maybe the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular, or you want to take a picture with Disney characters in their seasonal attire, and you're strategic about how you maximize every hour of that event, it can be worth it. But to be honest, you probably won't be able to do and see as much as you hope. Here's what most families experience. You get in the park around 4 p.m., the parks are still crowded because regular guests are still there until 7. Maybe you grab some free candy or you get in line for one of the meet and greets. You watch part of the parade. The kids are exhausted by 9. Maybe you go on 1 or 2 rides, but they still have close to a half-hour wait. And while different and unique, you probably notice that the stage shows and the fireworks aren't really that different from what you can experience during the day at the parks. And to be honest, the ride waits at these events are often not as short as Disney would imply. The crowds are heavier than expected, and families who don't go into the parties with a plan feel like they overpaid. Quite honestly, a lot of the holiday magic still exists when you visit Magic Kingdom during the day. A lot of the decorations are up, and there's some seasonal merchandise and treats. So visit on a low-demand weekday and soak up all the magic without all the headaches and the costs of an after-hours party ticket. Now, depending on the time of year you visit, a Lightning Lane Multi-Pass might be a good investment for your family. With a Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, you'll pay anywhere from around $20 to $45 per person, and you can pre-select up to 3 attractions and often get a couple more in the park. However, there's also Lightning Lane Premier Pass, and that's completely different. With Lightning Lane Premier, every member of your family gets 1 Lightning Lane Pass for every single eligible attraction. There's no pre-park reservations, and you can just show up at any of the rides that are eligible at any time to redeem your Fast Pass. And while in practice, it's really great to have one of these passes, for many families, this is simply not worth the cost. Depending on the park and the day, Lightning Lane Premium Pass can range from around $150 per person, close to $400 per person. For a family of 4 on a busy week, that could be over $1,500 just on Premier Pass. For the vast majority of families, it's not a smart investment. And even during busy times of year, there are simple crowd-beating strategies that will enable you to basically ride all the headliner attractions, see the shows, and get a good spot for the fireworks, like making sure to go to rope drop and taking advantage of early park entry if you're staying on property, eating at off-peak times, being prepared for midday thunderstorms, and sticking around for the final hour of park opening and getting in one more ride before the park officially closes. So consider a Lightning Lane multi-pass, or even purchasing a Lightning Lane single pass for a must-do attraction like Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, and utilize smart strategy for the other attractions. We know you're going to Disney World, and you're going to want some souvenirs or merchandise to remember that trip. Disney World hoodie in the parks can run $60 to $75 plus. Mickey or Minnie ears are $35 to $40, and a kid's t-shirt can cost roughly the same. Everything carries full Disney retail pricing. Here's what most savvy Disney visitors know. The same exact Mickey ears, same character shirts, basically the same exact merchandise is available at other retailers at a fraction of the cost. Amazon, Target, even shopdisney.com offer very similar merchandise from anywhere to 30 to 40% off. Family that does all their souvenir shopping inside the parks versus before the trip can easily spend a couple $100s more for the same items. So set a souvenir budget before you leave home. Order the items you already know you want, ears, character shirts, and bring them with you. Save your in-park shopping for things generally exclusive to Disney World, limited edition park merchandise, festival items, and treats and snacks you can only get there. Those are the things actually worth paying for. The same goes true for other items that you may have forgotten. Disney World loves to mark up simple things like sundries, misting fans, basic medications, cooling towels. You can often get these items for half the cost on Amazon or Walmart before your trip. That's why having a packing list is so crucial, and that's why you've downloaded our Ultimate Disney World Planning Guide, right? That includes a packing list with all these items. That way you're not stuck paying 2 to 3 times markup for a misting fan or a cooling towel when you could have easily gotten one online. It's true that Disney consistently runs different promotions, deals, and bundle packages, so timing it just right that you save the most money is a little bit science and a little bit art. But there are legitimate ways to pay less regardless of the promotion that some guests simply don't even know exists, starting with the Disney Visa card. The sign-up bonus alone is often worth $300 to $500 in Disney gift cards or statement credits, which you can use for literally anything on property: tickets, hotels, dining, and merchandise. The card also gives you % back on Disney purchases and access to special card holder discounts on rooms, dining, and merchandise. So if you're planning a big Disney trip, applying before you book can save you real money before you even left home. But of course, remember, you're not going to save any money if you pay interest. So only consider getting the credit card if you're actually going to pay it off at the end of the month. We don't want you getting into credit card debt here. Or you could take advantage of discounted gift cards that you can purchase at other retailers, save up to 5% off regardless of how much everything costs. For instance, Target sells Disney gift cards, and if you have a Target Red card, you get 5% off all your purchases, including those gift cards. So you buy Disney gift cards at Target with your Red card and use them for the Disney purchases. They work towards anything: tickets, hotels, dining, and you just save yourself 5% off the top. Or consider using hotel reward points. If you're a Marriott Bonvoy member, the Swan and Dolphin resorts are on Disney property. They're actually deluxe resorts with all the same benefits, free transportation, and easy access to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. And you can use your Marriott Bonvoy points to pay for those rooms. So if you have enough points, your hotel might be completely free. Now that's a huge cost savings for most families. Now using hotel reward points or discounted gift cards is just one of the Disney World loopholes that will save you money. But it's not the only one. So click or tap on our Disney World loopholes video right here on YouTube. In that video, we detail all the Disney loopholes that will save you time and money and help ensure you stay one step ahead of everyone else in the parks.